Hey, welcome back to Minecraft! Since the last episode, I've been upgrading my lab a little bit. I've actually engaged with the probably, for most people, most exciting new feature in the latest update, the auto crafters, and I have a barrel here now that's always automatically filled with fireworks. This little door here next to my elevator, which now has a banner behind it so it looks fancier from the front, now hides nighttime. This area now hides a bit of an abomination where we have my auto crafters down here, the ones that make my sugarcane into paper and then ones that make the paper and gunpowder into rockets. In addition to having improved how this door looks from the outside. We also have a little staircase going down here now where I can just drop down into the behind the scenes of my farms. Which is great, because previously the way to get here, well, this is still kind of annoying to get through, but previously I always had to climb down here through my creeper and spider farm, which was kind of annoying. Now I have a more direct route down, and while we're down here, I've also improved something that's been quite bad for quite a while. Hold up, we can access it like this. Okay, of course it dropped one thing, but that doesn't matter, that's fine. Look at this. We have a whole room now with sugarcane and a little bit of bamboo. And there's a flying machine on the wall back here that every 2 minutes or so this goes across here and harvests all of the sugarcane and then sends off a minecart underneath that picks it all up. Because previously, if you remember, I had like one row of sugarcane with just pistons pushing it off, and half the sugarcane just landed on the block and never ended up in the water stream it was supposed to go into. I had very little sugarcane, and it definitely wasn't enough to build an auto-crafting rocket machine. Oh, it's harvesting! Uh-oh. Ah, I'm fine. I survived. Now I get pushed back. There you go, you saw the brilliant harvest, and now there's a minecart going underneath. Look at this. Picking everything up, and then it poops it out there in the water stream. Excellent. So, the lab has undergone some renovations. Works a little bit better now. But as I was working on this, well, first of all, I hate this. This sucks. This makes my new maintenance entrance a little pointless because it's kind of a pain to get around here. But also, it shouldn't even be here. This is my backup moss farm because I needed a lot of bone meal here. Why did I need a lot of bone meal? I'm building these walls almost entirely. Oh god, I closed the door. How did I? Okay, I built these walls almost entirely out of bone blocks. So I thought, hey, it would be super practical if I could get some bone meal right here where I'm using it all, right? But, well, one single moss farm really is not enough to build these tall walls everywhere here. Because I was already working on the lab anyway. I thought I'd finish it. It would all look fancy then. But I didn't even get to finish this side. It just doesn't produce bone blocks fast enough. So, the first thing that I'd like to get done this episode is fix my bone meal issue a little bit. So, the nasty farm down here was never supposed to exist anyway. I just grew impatient, which is why I built it. But, if you remember, we do also have an entire building dedicated to, well, making bone meal just over here. We have this little mill where I built my first, my first moss farm is underneath here, which is basically the same thing I have over there again. But the reason I stopped using it was, well, for one, it's too small. It's again just one farm and it's not producing enough bone meal, but also it's so far away that the chunk is never loaded, so it's never actually running unless I'm standing right here. So I'd like to give this place a little bit of a revamp as well. It's a mess down here. I'd like to make this a little bit fancier, and there's a couple of problems that I would like to fix. For one, I also wanted this to be awesome so that if I stand here it shoots out flour effectively. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of a delay, and now when I step off it keeps shooting out bone meal for a while. Which is because we have this long water elevator here that the stuff has to be pushed into and then needs to go all the way up. And then it actually goes around a corner there before it can finally come out here, which is impractical and slow. So that's something that I think is going to be fixed now, because I'm gonna effectively just tear this out. Then I can rebuild this, set it up in a way where it would actually be faster and more practical to shoot out the bone meal at the top. Also, probably fix my storage down here, because, well, this isn't great either. But most importantly, one farm just isn't enough. I don't want to have to AFK here for multiple hours. I want to be able to stand here for like 15 minutes while I watch a video, and then I want to have enough. So I think I will stick to this same design effectively, but the plan is to build at least 4 of them, all connected together. So I guess let's do that. And I'll see you when that's done. And I actually truly have, hopefully, all of the bone meal I could ever want. Help. Help, I've gotten stuck in my collection system. I'm in need of assistance. Please hurry. I can't hold my breath for long. Nope, there goes my last ender pearl. Oh no, oh no! I have done it! As you can see, this pressure plate has moved to the other side, and it is actually instantaneous now. And there is no water stream anymore. We now have, immediately going down a tiny ladder here, we have a row of chests. Nice. And then right behind this dropper gets filled with bone meal from our water stream here. And then when I hit the pressure plate, there's 2 observers here that then push it all out, and this dropper poops it all out up top. So it's instantaneous now without a water stream in between. So the upstairs part is more practical. This part doesn't do anything yet. I built some kind of bad redstone for something that I'll maybe do later, but maybe not. But most excitingly, there's now 4 farms here, where there previously was only 1. They're all connected to the same timer. I have an on and off switch right here, so again, I don't have to climb down super far in order to turn everything on and off. I can just do it pretty close to the mill here. All the farms poop out their bone meal down here. Of course, they put some back into themselves, but once that's full enough, they start pooping it up there into my chests. So this is all working now. We have a better moss farm now, or, well, a bigger moss farm, more like. And the wiring is a little bit cleaner, and I can walk around it a little bit better. What I have planned for the future is I'll probably flip this around so the water stream flows over here. Then I can have a piston pulling this block out and lock all the collection hoppers for the 2 farms over here. And then they'll just drop moss blocks down here. That's what up here we have a line for that's not actually connected to anything yet. I want to eventually make that my on-off switch for moss collection mode. But yeah, I can't be bothered to do that right now, but that's what the weird stuff back here is for. Because in theory, into this hopper back there, we could push all the moss, and then it would automatically all get pushed up into the barrels here. I also put a ton of garbage in there while digging out space. This is what the lever does. This lever is supposed to eventually switch between moss mode and bone mode. But there's still one more thing I would like to improve here before we can call it done for this episode and get to the part that you're probably more excited to see, working on the factory some more. The main reason why I stopped using this for all my bone meal needs and instead built another bone meal farm over there in the lab is still not fixed, because it's just, this windmill is kind of far away from everything else. So the chunk is never loaded. So real quick before we're done here, I want to build a chunk loader underneath this bad boy to make sure I can truly have it always running. we actually have to be a little bit more careful here because, let me go into cheaty cam. Oh no, it's getting dark. Our main nether portal is right over here, down below this nest. So that's pretty close to the windmill. We actually have to make sure that they don't actually connect up by accident. So in order to assure that they will not accidentally be connected, I'm just gonna find a spot here where I'll dig down really far. So I guess I'll go down to height 10 or so, and then we'll go to the nether and do the same. Dig down really far there as well. Great! Step 1 complete. Now I just need to build a portal. Oh, by the way, did I explain to you anything? I don't think I did. We're building another portal that is gonna send a boat back and forth. And when something's teleported through another portal, that chunk and the surrounding chunks will be loaded. So, I'll just finish building the thing now, and if you want to know how it actually works, I'll link a video in the description. Now, if I turn it on, it's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, now it's working. So now the chunk that this is in and the chunks immediately around it should always be active, which means I can go do whatever I want and the moss farm should keep working if I turn it on. Now I guess I'll just fly away and stand in the industrial district for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll see whether there's any cobblestone in here or anything, or whether genuinely everything is working properly as expected. Did I just hit my head on a moss carpet? God damn it. Also, this goddamn sheep there. As soon as I built this wall, I think in the same episode where I built this, the sheep was immediately stuck on it. Idiot. Anyway, while we wait for the moss farm chunk loader experiment, let's look at this bad boy that we've built last episode again. So, I said I wanted to sleep on it, think about it a little bit more, and then consider whether I want to change anything on it. I've had about 2 months to sleep on it. I've had enough time to think about it. And I kinda don't like it anymore. I feel like it's too small. I feel like it needs to be a little bit taller, and I do think I want to get rid of the mossy bit at the top of the cliff now. And I don't really like how this comes out there. I think I would prefer to have it be the other way around. I think I want the main building to jut out at the front and then this part be a little bit further back. So I think I'll have quite a bit here to change. And I'm also not sure, I probably want to get rid of the height difference here. But that's what we'll get to after checking on the moss farm again. It's been a little bit, it's not been super long, but I am impatient. And it has been long enough to see whether something exploded while I was gone. So let's go check on it. Yes! It made over half a stack while I was gone. That's what I should have done a long time ago, honestly. It's still not the crazy fastest farm, but I think the fact that this can just always run now should be enough to make sure I have enough bone meal. Plus, in theory, since this is now running on a global timer, I could extend it further. I could add more farms to it if I wanted to. We'll see. Anyway, now that all of this is out of the way, and I am passively gathering bone meal as we're doing other stuff, I can actually go and, well, work on the factory now. So yeah, I guess I'll chop away some of the stuff over here, and I guess I can bring this out maybe a little tiny bit more. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I guess I'll do that now. Huh? See ya when I've dug some stuff, some past work away.
Observe as this savagely drooling young man portrays what today's youth, with their violent video games, are best known for: chaos and destruction. No respect for creations of the past. A truly harrowing sight.
Alright, as you can see, I have made backwards progress. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about here. First of all, most importantly, it's a little late, maybe, since most of the episode is already over, but I've switched to a fall texture pack now. Check it out. We have orange trees and the grass is a little bit less green. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Moving on. I did flatten this area and I brought it back a little bit, so I'll have to eventually adjust my garbage area down here. I've also moved the staircase to the side now, since we've had plenty of space there now. So that's all nice and good. I like that. I also filled this wall in and I like that as well. Looking pretty good, I think. Happy with this part. Now we get to the part that I'm less happy with. As you can see, I have gotten rid of the cliff. Hate these rocks. I'll have to redo those. I definitely want some spiky rocky bits poking through there, but currently it looks really bad. It's also like a straight wall of rocky bits, which, yeah, not that great. I'll have to figure something better out there. Then additionally, it looks like I just tore this wall down and then rebuilt it exactly without the parts in the middle. I did actually move it to the front because let me go into cheaty cam. This building used to be, I think, on this block. Now it's one block further to the front. Big change, I know. Now, more importantly, first of all, there's something that I want to try with the windows because they looked too short and stumpy. I feel like they should be taller, but also I don't know if the building's gonna be too tall if I truly just stretch it to the top. So what I want to try is actually starting the windows down in the stone foundation. That might look cool. So that's what I want to try next. And then additionally, I have the problem that this factory is supposed to be a big industrial monster looming over everything else here, and currently it just feels so tiny. It feels non-threatening. Of course it's not done, I do want to add more buildings to it, but this is supposed to be the main structure and that's supposed to be big and intimidating. And it's really not. So what I'll try for now is the window plan. See how that would look. And then I think I'll just bring this building out 2 or 4 blocks to the side. Maybe not making it taller, but just wider is gonna make it feel great already. But I am happy at least with the little tiny bit that I have out here. If I can't get to a point where I like this part, we're moving on to the side and we'll finish the side first and hope that the front is gonna come naturally once the side is fancy. So that's my plan for the immediate future. So I guess I'll go sleep now and then I'll work on what I just said. So I tore down the right side wall and rebuilt it 2 blocks further out. And then I rebuilt the windows multiple times. And really hated each of them. Then I decided to instead adjust the top now. And then return to the windows. Oh, you know what? I might be regaining my confidence. I actually kind of like this window. I also like it a fair bit more now that the building is just a little bit wider. The windows are a little bit slimmer now as well, which helps them feel less chunky. I think we're getting somewhere. We're making progress. Alright, well, I do like this better than what we started with. You can see it's asymmetrical because I'm undecided on which side I like better. I'm also not sure whether I like the size now or whether I still want to make it wider, but I'll do what I did last time and just leave it like this for now and sleep on it a while. And then maybe I'll come back and it'll be obvious what I need to change to fully love it. But what I would like to actually get done this episode, I would like to finish the view from over here, or at least get it to a point where one might consider it finished, even though I will probably still keep polishing it more later. But I mean, let's face it, the position that we'll most often be seeing it from is somewhere over here. So this side needs to be done first if we want it to look like a cool building. So yeah, I'd like to give it a proper entrance somewhere over there, and I mean, this side is not supposed to just be this segment repeated over and over, so Cheaty cam time. I do know I want another building over here somewhere. So I guess I'll have to figure out where that's supposed to go, and then I can figure out where I want the entrance to go, and yeah. That's what I'll get to now. That's what I want to actually get done this episode. We'll leave the front for later. And I also will finish down there. So that truly, from this side, it will look like dope. It's a kind of a finished build. You know what? I think it's time to escort this guy out of here. I think if we want this site to look like anything, we can't have a frickin' sheep stuck there, you stupid idiot. Though I do feel like we should keep him on the premises in memory of a sheep that got stuck there like a couple months ago. Buddy? Come here. You can live here for now. You're gonna be our forklift driver. Yep, enjoy your new job. Goodbye. Alright, time to beautify this place some more now. Yup. So, I began to work out some shapes, roughly figuring out how long the new building should be and where to put the staircase leading up to it. Then I tried out a lot of different decorations for said stairs, most of which looked pretty bad. And I finally moved on to the actual building, figuring out a doorway for it. I also tried to put an actual door in it, but didn't look great. Moving on to the roof. The front of the building has a kind of interesting shape to it, and I didn't want the roof to really change the silhouette of that. So this was a little bit tricky, especially since I didn't know how to transition it into the side of the building. Eventually I figured out to just make the granite part in front wider so that the wall wouldn't get in the way, and then I built the roof half a block lower. So everything from the front still looks unchanged. Then for the side wall, I just pulled the top of it in a block and added another row of windows. Now I finally started work on the actual new building. I ran out of bricks. So here's an exciting trade break. If you were wondering why my gear is often magically repaired after a time lapse, this is why. Back at the building site, I briefly considered building the roof, but couldn't actually decide on the height yet. So instead I started planning out the windows so that I could base the roof level on those later. Then I went back to do absolutely minimal work on the roof before giving up on that yet again. Instead I went back to finish up the wall. Until I realized this part could probably also do with a doorway. Excitingly on this one, I didn't even hate the trapdoors, so it's an actual solid closed door this time. I took a bit of a break from all the house building business and instead fixed up the grassy patches. And well, at this point I guess I couldn't really delay working on the roof any longer. Nothing else left to do. I ended up making it pretty much just a smaller, slightly less fancy version of the main roof. Though, weirdly, I struggled a lot more with the pillar bit here than there. Oh, and I had to finally chop this tree down. Rip double tree. You would have been a lot harder to keep around than the cliff sheep. Alrighty. I'm done. Jesus Christ, I've been building for so long. My back hurts. I'm ready for retirement. I've been building so long I actually had to go back and stop the bone meal farm because it's been overflowing. Anyway, check it out. We have a new addition to the side of the this building now. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Ouch. Let's go to our usual hill that we always look at stuff from. Check it out. This wall's still blank right now. I just wanted it to be there so it looks kind of complete from down there so I can get a cool thumbnail shot. As we've learned, the only thing that matters is being able to get a cool thumbnail, right? But, oh, do I not have my, is it in here? Yes, it is. Hold up. There's more windows up there now. There's an actual door now, which I think I'll leave open because it looked stupid when I put trapdoors in it. So this door is gonna look less silly once there's an actual interior behind it, I suppose. And this building might still change. I kind of just wanted to get something down there, but it took me way too long for just something to make it look complete that might be torn down again. But I mean, actually, it looks pretty neat. I do like it, actually. It might stay like this. But we have a little staircase going up now to the door here, which, by the way, I built this whole hill in here. And now I've decided I probably want the floor to actually be at this level, so I can tear out the whole hill that I built again. Excellent planning on my part. There's another door here going into the other building. They're all empty right now. They just look neat from the outside. And yeah, I adjusted all this area. It looks more like the one over there now. Of course, this is not done because most likely there's going to be barrels and, I don't know, workstations and factory themed stuff here. The roof's also GT mode. Right now it's just slabs all the way. Eventually there'll be like gigantic smokestacks and pipes maybe and stuff all over the place, but for now it's just the building. All further decorations will be added later. Then the railing here, I don't really like the orange here. It looks out of place. It fits there because this is supposed to be a rusty, like, addition that came later and was just thrown on there. But this is part of the actual factory, so it should fit a little better. But I couldn't find anything that I liked more. However, there's something that I'm excited about. The next update, actually I could get the snapshot for it right now, but I'm not gonna, because then I'd lose all my mods. And I want to keep my mods, especially the shader. Makes things look fancy. But once that's gonna be out fully, and I'll be able to update to it, it's adding white wood. So we can actually get white doors and white trap doors then. So that's also going to be really exciting for the castle in the nether, actually. But yeah, this might be changed to those then. We'll see. Or who knows, maybe I'll suddenly like it if I just stare at it for a little bit. But yeah, I've been working on this for so many hours. I definitely need a break from it. So that's where I'm calling the episode. The daylight cycle is agreeing with me. It's been long enough. I think it looks neat. What do you all think? The factory is coming along. It's giving off the vibe that I wanted to give off already. It's looking pretty cool now when you're over here. I hope you're as happy with it as I am. Ignore the asymmetrical window. Maybe tell me which you like better, because I still can't decide. Anyway, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope nothing's gonna attack me here while I sign off. And I hope to see you again on the next episode when I guess we continue building the factory, so it's not only an actual building from one side. This is a movie set right now. If you fly around it, there's nothing. It's all fake. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, I'll see ya then. Oh god, there's more monsters coming. I gotta hurry. I'm a little too late for Halloween this time, but I'll say it anyway. Happy Halloween. Belated. Happy belated Halloween. Happy next year Halloween. Goodbye. Also, I've discovered signs as a cool cheat code during this building. I've used signs above these windows here. I've used signs, a ton of signs over here on this side of the wall. And then I've used some signs up top there. They add some extra depth, plus in the case of up here, they just kind of hide the stark shadow from the stairs. And I mean, in general, I appreciate everything that's not just a full block. So yeah, like this log here looks a little bit more interesting now because it actually pokes out a little bit thanks to the signs. So yeah, signs are cool. Building hack of this episode, I guess. Signs rule. Use signs, everyone.